Oh my god, that's ridiculous. No, open my pack! God damn it!
Oh no, big virgin.
Big virgin.
Yeah, but there's and good for them. They can work and everything, but that doesn't mean their brains get enough to vote.
Professor
Or
Thor on the other
experience
side.
and all that.
The big virgin versus the Professor Thor.
I mean, children can work. You know, they put children inside of fucking chimneys. You know, it doesn't mean they can vote. Difference. What's that
It's a
mean?
little Bay Area joke.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Because Marin County is just north of
What?
San Francisco.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
I looked over at Twitter for a second.
Bad idea.
When I did that, yeah, I know, because now I'm loading.
What percent actually deserve to vote? I mean, I don't think it's for anyone to decide, which is why you just say none.
But I looked over, and Asus coded a motherboard in chocolate for some reason. And it just says, in just a month away, you know, it's Mother's Day. Let this post be a reminder. Plan ahead. Maybe, just maybe, you won't have to dip a motherboard in chocolate like we did. Like, no, you just ruined a good motherboard.
It was probably
If you,
about the motherboard.
if you didn't tax the population, didn't vote, the country would fall apart. That's like not an option. We're already in debt.
I'm
Wanna
also
lose-
completely content as like a, 13-year-old to pay some taxes on a fucking video game. Like, it's not a big problem. The sales tax isn't gonna make or break you. If it is, you're already in such abject poverty that I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
5 seconds to insertion.
Well, there.
Oh, shot it.
Proceed to the biohazard container and
It's
secure it.
working. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, a video game getting taxed and working and getting taxed is the same sort of concept in that it's like a thing is getting taxed because that's what you do as a government. You tax things. You do that, and it allows you to supplement your citizenry with roads and healthcare. Presumably, anyway.
Yeah, I gotta hear what the healthcare talk.
It is not. It is to me, though, because it's so ingrained in your society that tax is just a thing. Sales tax should be universal and higher. Income tax should be opt-in and less. I think that income tax for rich people, though, should be just higher, and that's just it. But I also just I
hurt.
Incoming adrenaline boost.
I also just
Hey,
think
thanks.
that because like freaking Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are like, why are we not getting taxed more?
Alright, Nick, I'm about to die, so if you could res me.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, still there.
Yeah, but I didn't think that he was gonna pin me to the ground like that.
Whoa. He came up in a direction that I did not think he would come up in. Yeah, voting was basic right, but not for kids. Oh no, we lost him.
Okay, but we're not saying don't fight for your rights as children. You can still fight for your rights without voting.
Don't walk into that shock wall. Oh, Capkin!
It was really good.
I am blind.
I was in the
know
middle
that.
of saying don't walk into that wall because that will like kill you, the shock will.
Oh, I knew that.
I believe that you can fight for your rights without having to necessarily vote. You can go to Congress people. You can go to senators. You can slam down things on their desks and yell. Okay, but, like, voting also doesn't always do as much as you think, though. And some people also just intentionally vote poorly. So this is why I say that it's not always like a be-all, end-all solution. Like,
There's never one answer.
a lot of the people that voted for Brexit said they did it as a joke because they didn't think it was going to pass. Let that sink in.
Yeah, what if they let kids vote on that?
If they let kids vote
What
on
was-
Brexit, it would have been like a 70% yes.
Secure the room.
Because they don't think long term, like as much as an adult would.
Kids
Not
are
saying
pretty
all,
dumb
like-
politically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they have beliefs entirely based on their parents for one, and if they're not, they're very much not taking into account personal freedoms and stuff like that.
And even if they're incredibly well informed, they still
So much to
are
go.
very young. They haven't experienced as much. There's like a perfect window for voting people, I think, and I really genuinely do believe that it's like 18 to like 45.
And I feel like 16 at this point is fine. Just
Maybe amongst like politically charged people, but again, the general populace is gonna be like, lol, P is sword in the balls.
It's the second time you said that today.
It's in my brain.
well, that's the same thing as those editorial columns that are like, we can't let kids vote because they're snorting condoms.
I mean, to be honest though, I've also hated people who were teenagers since before I was a teenager, so I'm not without bias.
See, age is a gauge your experience. It's because it's general. Like, you can't. Obviously, there's this group of me, some 18-year-olds that are like a lot more experienced and politically smart than me, but for the
I
most part.
got them really good with my drone.
Yeah, I mean, there should definitely be an age limit on presidents and people in office in general. Really,
There 100% should not be. Well, here's the thing. I'll argue against it in one way. If they can prove they're still incredibly cognitive and that they're not like developing.
it doesn't matter though. It's just that they're not with the times anymore. Like they're
But they could
representing
they
the
could
old
they
population.
could still be though. Like
But
people
there's
can
plenty of
hold.
old people that are not assholes.
Yeah, again, like Warren Buffett is a fantastic example of like with the times and rich, but he also is like, why am I not getting taxed more? He's the rich guy who wants all of his money gone. Ah, they got my drone.
With a grenade.
Not saying that voting doesn't have a large enough impact to do much. It's just that young people that are too young do not necessarily need to be the ones doing that.
Our Cav is terrible. Don't count on her.
Well, she's dead. So that's
Yeah. Next round though.
Ah,
Excuse me?
I wish I could see through here.
One
Yep,
friendly
I knew that
operator
was coming.
remaining. Prevent further access to the biohazard container.
What is too young then? We've been saying what's too young this entire time. We've been saying that 18 is a good area because even if you're a politically charged and intelligent 16-year-old, there's way too many who aren't.
God, I would have got him. Stupid shield.
It's just like how we're saying that if you're above a certain age, you should like have to get checked, especially if you want to be president. There needs to be just an acceptance where young people either accept full responsibility for themselves and can also vote, or just cannot accept that responsibility and acknowledge that, and thus cannot vote.
Yeah, when you
If
can
it-
work,
if-
you should be able to work. When you become
What job are you
competent
working
enough.
under 18 where you're
They-
handling
they-
heavy
they-
machinery?
Oh, they totally let people. I guess it depends on your definition of heavy machinery, but they'll let you operate like a forklift and stuff. In
I don't
factories.
consider that as much of like heavy machinery as I was thinking.
Just downstairs.
Because like you're allowed to drive cars.
Good work. The
That's a heavy
biohazard
machinery.
container has been
Yeah, but I'm just saying like you're allowed to drive cars at 16. Like nobody's gonna say anything about that. But I also don't think that means that you're mature enough necessarily to handle the complex spheres of politics. But then again, people in politics right now seem to not be able to understand the complex spheres of politics. They just seem to yell at each other a lot.
5 seconds before insertion.
Pizza
I
delivery
mean,
boy.
you have to be 40 to be a president. It's like they put these kind of age restrictions on things where they want someone to be more experienced.
You need
And I agree with the 40-year-old president's thing. I just think there should also be a high cap as well.
looking for a person who is willing to work long hours, do shift work as they need, come in at any given opportunity and time. You need 5 years experience, work minimum wage. That guy's having a
He's lagging
time,
out.
isn't he?
Oh, there he goes. Hey, no.
But the thing is, 18 is an abstract number. Nobody's denying that. But the thing is, 16 is also an abstract number. This is the whole age of consent arguments.
They're all abstract numbers, but you have to draw a line somewhere.
Oh, I just saw them all running through that corridor. They're all in there. Except for this one that is apparently upstairs.
Secure the room. Protect the bio container.
On the right, Nick. In the room, there's a rook.
No, he
What?
ran out. He ran out.
I got the rook.
Swapping.
Or Doc? It was Doc.
Last stop standing.
No, that was Stock right there. There's go.
Oh, that's Rook. Or no, that's not even Rook. That's Bandit. Where who the fuck were they all? Oh, that was Rook. That was a weird game. That was a weird one right there. That's why it shouldn't be a number. And should be when you get taxed. No, it isn't, because you can get taxed at 13. I don't trust a 13-year-old with anything. I didn't trust me as a 13-year-old with anything.
Hell no, yeah.
And here's the thing. I was a pretty responsible and intelligent 13-year-old. I wouldn't have trusted myself with shit. I
Here's
knew.
something. If we could be able to teach 13-year-olds in school, like politics,
I think
then
you would have to,
We need to
like,
maybe?
protect the biohazard
you'd have to, like, 40k levels of indoctrinate somebody.
yes, correct.
You'd have to roll in the freaking Scola.
Op 4 located the biohazard
Start teaching them literally, like, hey, you're out of the womb. Welcome to the Cadian Guard. It doesn't matter, though. But it does, and I think that this is just a very strong opinion you have. I do believe it matters.
Was he talking about the age thing or
Yeah.
something else? Because the age thing, like
the age
I don't
slash
know,
voting
couldn't
thing.
matter.
5 seconds and counting.
Do you have a shotgun?
I have a shotgun.
Yes.
Op 4
Snapper, no, you don't.
Yeah. Oh, that thing I can destroy that.
Oh, you
in
can
3 hits.
destroy those. You're right.
3
yeah.
hits, I think, actually. But yeah.
Doesn't matter now. Jesus Christ.
Oh god.
Age group does determine ability. Like, you don't have 13-year-old soldiers. So. We don't. Some do.
Generally, those are considered illegal. I got shot. Their
Happens.
Blackbeard seems like he's too strong.
I almost got him last game.
He always seems to one-shot me, basically. Also, the opinion of the age group 100% can determine their ability, because the age group on the whole isn't able to make an informed vote. That's why I also said that if you're like 80, you need to be tested on this shit. You can probably find more 25-year-olds more political.
I don't know where you're getting that number.
16-year-olds. That's, like, almost certainly not true as well.
Yeah.
As a person who was 16 years old, I can confirm that
Hey,
this
me
was
too.
untrue. And I can
I
say,
also
as
was
a
16
person who is almost 25 years old, that almost all of the 25-year-olds I know actually have real discussions about politics. Whereas 16-year-olds were just sitting there talking about how much they didn't like Stephen Harper's hair. Or modern-day 16-year-olds who were talking about how much they liked to fuck Justin Trudeau in their freaking dreams. Oh my god, that guy that got shotgun blasted, and you just saw his
Right? I was
feet.
about to shoot him.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching from your perspective where the guy shot him and his legs just bounced. Oh, oh,
Oh,
that
wow.
face.
Wow. Good
I had to.
feedback. Awful.
Like 4 of them that round.
Jeez.
It's just your personal experience. Yes, but at the same time,
I mean, show me the numbers then.
Yeah,
if,
like,
if we're
can
only
we
talking
get-
about personal experience, then you are also talking about personal experience.
can we get
so.
some clinical trials?
I feel like I don't know. There's probably been a study like that.
And I mean,
And I'd love to be the person that makes up the studies like that at like universities, where it's just
Gene
like, I don't know. Let's ask
study.
people about this.
I think the problem is though that if you're a politically minded young person, then you assume all other young people are also politically minded
Yes.
when they're
Because you only
not.
talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would say half of them do, and half of them think other teens are the dumbest people alive.
I'm the only one talking about the real problems. Ah!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have a Valk, I think. And by Valk, I mean other person. Cav. There we go.
Pasta subscribed for 8 months in a row. That's absurd. That's almost baby time.
It's almost baby time.
Pasta might be the first one to get a baby. Saw an ad for YouTube. Wait, saw an ad YouTube for a mobile. What? LOL clone with the Joker from the Batmans. That sentence is a train wreck
What
to
is that
decipher.
sentence? I like it, but what does it mean?
Also, Pasta. Thank you for the resub.
Almost a baby.
Almost a baby. That Nick,
What?
watching you shoot that light was really good.
I wasn't shooting the light, I was shooting the camera.
I know, but just
I hit the
from
light too.
perspective.
Oh. I wish you could shoot the lights. Oh, I'm gonna fuzz though.
But you can definitely make those fires go out.
Yeah, you can, that's right.
MOBA with the Joker in it. Yeah. Joker.
Ah.
Joker. The baby. The baby. The baby. The baby. I too. I'm having baby time. Ooh, they've electrified that. This is fine.
You almost fused me.
Friendly
Sorry.
fire!
Adrenaline surge incoming.
I bipped one, I think.
Secure the room. Protect the biocontainer. Cease securing the room. Op 4 last stop standing.
I almost annihilated everybody in there. He's so weak.
Boosting adrenaline.
He's so weak. You can just run in there and get him.
Ow! 69!
Hostile activity. Container once
Um,
ready.
All
this...
the explosions.
Op 4 eliminated.
This is really bad.
You were not even looking. You were looking at a wall.
It was really bad.
I almost got a triple kill. It was really good. I switched my gun because I was thinking like, oh, a rifle. I'm running out of ammo, but it was the light machine gun. I could have just kept going. I would have got the last guy.
That was pretty good. Just walk through an explosion. 69! Gunfire. Somehow
Yeah, why'd you
alive.
say that? Oh, you had 69 health? Is that why?
Yeah.
Mm.
I got capkined and I got down to 69.
When we were getting food and they were like, yeah, here's your like order number. They were like, your order number 69. Me and my friend just like, I could tell we were both like trying not to laugh.
You had Vince.
We're just like, of course. Yeah, we did get Vince. That's right, having the Vince.
Okay. A common weapon skin? I can't even tell what's going on the weapon skin.
Oh, it's awful. It's like a weed skin.
Mine? It's not.
No, mine is. It's like a nasturtium skin. Excuse me.
Yours looks like a map where they show the like the ocean currents of an ocean
There be
and like the
dragons here.
underwater mountains,
Yeah.
valleys and such. That's what it looks like.
Oh, we have Cosmic Elite on our team. We were fighting him before.
Oh, was he Blackbeard before too? Because that Blackbeard was good. So.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I don't think it was necessarily the last games, but it was one of the last.
It does take time to verify whether or not someone pays taxes, but it's also what the entire IRS are for. Although they are very underpaid, underfunded.
And they have no people because no money.
Also, I'm not exactly making a thesis here. None of this is scientific. It's not even philosophical.
Yeah.
It's just.
Don't
it's
forget, we're all
actually-
talking out of our ass.
We're all talking out of our ass in a Twitch channel playing Rainbow Six Siege. Alternatively, we're talking out of our ass like a month away on YouTube.
We need to locate a bomb.
Is corruption politically motivated? Yeah, but that's still what they're there for.
I don't know about the corruptions of the
Yeah, I don't know about that,
CRA,
but-
though.
I
Like, the
like
Canada
they're too
Revenue
boring to be
Agency
corrupt.
doesn't seem as corrupt, but... Run into the little girl's room.
No, they're up top floor.
Nick, if you could be a little girl for one day, would
10
you?
seconds to go.
God, I mean, I'd have to. Obviously, I gotta, but I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd like
5
it.
seconds to go.
The only reason I ask is, like, a joke that was running around on A,
Now
like,
secured.
7 years ago, was just that A secretly wants to be the little girl in anime. They don't want to be the hero, they want to be the little girl, and it's like, I want to talk about that. But I like the idea of it.
I want to be the girl just to be not having my
Wish we
entire
could
body
just
hurt all the
destroy the IRS and give it to the NSA. Why? What could be the motivation behind that choice?
Are they in the other building?
I don't know which one they're in.
I don't know what they're in either.
Oh, I found it.
Hey, no, which one they're in. No, break windows. No, let's break windows. Stop breaking things. I'm coming around. I'm coming around.
Just to do it. I don't know. There's better agencies than the NSA, though. Like, the NSA is arguably more corrupt than the IRS.
Nick.
What?
I heard that.
Nice.
I
run.
heard that bombing coming in, and I had to get my drone out.
Incoming adrenaline boost.
Well, I came back 20 seconds ago, but
I was really, really hoping that I could ping one of those guys. Hello there, by the way. Hired help. Who knows more than the NSA? Oh, Nick, that was really good.
Soccer
I
player.
knew the smoke would work.
Toilet
Oh,
boy! Toilet boy! What a bad toilet boy. Why do we always have people in video games hiding in the bathroom? Oh! What are you doing, my boy?
That was
Why
so
did that not
scary.
kill him, though?
Why would you... What did you do that for? You thought that was a person.
I thought that was a person.
Them and their cyborg eye.
That's what I thought. I thought he was
for
peeking through
eyeballs?
like his head. Ooh.
A man comes into the hospital bleeding profusely. They don't have their wallets. They don't have their tax payment card. It's the fastest way to confirm. Do you turn them away? Assuming national health care. I mean, assuming national health care, a homeless person walks in and goes, "Guy, I'm dying."
Yeah, they still help you. Like
Yeah.
you get on a list maybe, but you're not gonna get the same kind of treatment. But you get helped.
Up here, the only difference in treatment that they'll give you is, can you afford this special medication if your hypercancer is here? Or
Hypercancer.
alternatively, are you in a room with like 6 people versus no people?
Yeah.
That's like the really big sell that I always give to people for like Canada's healthcare is like, hey, imagine like there's a little bit of wait time, but not much worse than what you've got
He was
going
on my body!
normally.
Been eliminated.
But also like
Almost.
the worst you get is maybe like some other people in the same room as you. I don't know. I always just like I can never move to a country
My doc.
that doesn't have a standardized healthcare system that isn't like tax.
If you don't get sick, it doesn't matter.
If you get so sick that you can't survive, it also doesn't matter.
Exactly. It's only in the middle where it matters.
No intelligence agencies are allowed to look at your communications without a warrant, but they do it anyway. Yeah, which they shouldn't, but that's a different argument.
Depends on a lot of stuff too. Like, it's time that was that in like the terms of service of your ISP? Because probably.
Bombs protected.
There is a common literacy paper. Let's not talk about common literacy, because I knew people that failed that in literally like 10th and 11th grade.
Is Cosmic AFK?
Might be. Who cares?
I really think they are. They probably are.
Yep, take that. How dare they walk away from a... Maybe their mom died, alright?
Like right now, at this very moment.
10 seconds remaining.
Wouldn't that be weird? A parent
People
dying
don't
while playing
care if
Siege?
That happens. That happened in Overwatch. Like someone was like, "Family emergency, I gotta go," and people tried to report him for doing it.
Keep an eye out for Op 4.
I mean, Noid did finish a Siege round when his dad died.
I
I don't know whether to laugh or not.
I
That's
I
dedication.
actually did do that though. My dad died, and then I said like I'll be downstairs in a minute and finished the round of Siege, and then I went and saw my dad's dead body and went, yeah, that's a dead body. Like, it sounds way worse than it is, but I just don't hold any affection for corpses.
That's good.
The spirit has moved on, if it existed at all. It's now just a meat bag.
That's good. You didn't Bundy it, you know?
I didn't Bundy it.
Wait, is that? So you're the NoidBag and he's the meat bag?
Oh, well, I mean, he's not a meat bag anymore. They turned him into
Hey,
dust.
he's an ash bag.
He's not even an
Like a
ash
bag
bag.
of
They chemically and like heat treated
Oh,
his
really?
body. Yeah, they did the water thing. Remember I told you about that, where they like
Oh, you
super
did.
pressure
Yeah.
and chemicalized him until they just melted.
Yeah.
Someone shouldn't get health care if they don't pay taxes. Listen, you're reading far too into everything that we say. Again,
Oh,
not
jeez.
everything we say is 100%. Oh,
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect
not everything we say is 100% legitimate at all times.
Ah!
If don't.
Also, I'm lumping all taxes in. I'm not talking about just, like, income tax. I mean, like, if a person is one of those sovereign citizen guys who's like,
Wow.
well, I shouldn't have to pay the extra 14 cents.
Ooh,
All
gotta go.
Wow.
hostiles were eliminated. Mission failure.
We're not arguing about the knowledge of these people. We're arguing about the maturity of the people. There is a pretty sizable gap between a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old a lot of the time.
Maybe 25 and 16.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. Debate.org. Wonderful website, I'm sure. Should kids vote? 73% say yes.
Here's the thing, though. I'm still kind of with you, Nick, where you were saying maybe even, like, 20-year-olds shouldn't vote. Like, the only reason I say that we should is because we just kind of need the numbers. And that's the only reason that I would say to allow younger people to vote is just sheer numbers. But ultimately, I really, again, like 25 is when the brain is like a
Someone
real
vote,
organ.
vote kick him.
No, I don't
Please.
care. No. I don't care if he's AFK.
But what if he comes back? Then we have an extra person.
10 seconds to insertion.
Oh,
Come
miss
in
me.
Sales tax.
Oh, miss me.
Taxes. It's debatable.
Again, would go bankrupt. Even more so.
Bomb must be
Yeah.
located and defused.
Oh, look at this skin, Nick.
We should just live off
It's
the
a
earth,
mean one.
man. No more jobs. No more government. I think that, like, no human society could ever survive in a truly, like, you know, anarchy-based society.
Anarcho-capitalism. That's what we need.
Fuck. Anarcho-socialism.
Narco-socialism.
Narco-socialism. Everyone's high all the time, and they get all the health care that they need.
No, everyone falls asleep all the time.
Depends on the narcos.
Unpredictably, though. You look at, like, C-SPAN or whatever, and, like, 1/3 of the guys in the freaking building are asleep.
No, the anchor just falls asleep. All the time.
Yeah,
Basement, I
backups.
think. Yeah.
Breach charge ready. Breaching.
Narco-nihilism. I like that one, actually. Oh, there they are for sure. I'm getting shot. They came from upstairs and shot me in the back. The fuck? So there was like one guy hiding upstairs, I guess. Yep, there he is. The rest of them are in the basement.
Bomb has been located.
We're just gonna watch Nick. Yeah. Nihilism. It's where you're really into women's knees.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
What?
Oh!
Oh, he's pulse. Shit.
Let's go.
Drop the diffuser.
It-
Oh,
Listen,
fuck.
that might be potentially true, but you also have to realize. Oh, he left again. Oh, no, Nick. You also have to realize, though, that the individuals. Oh, pre-fire. A little bit too much.
Yeah.
Just gonna shoot you in the feet.
Oh!
No, you
I thought I could get
firing.
around the corner. I thought I could get around the corner.
Nihilism is the condition where you're really into blowjobs, and thus kneel to any man.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
What about traps?
First place, let's go. Wait. Yeah. Alright. Got here.
The trick is that traps are still men. Because they're not actually transgendered. They're just cross-dressers.
Yeah.
Not touching that with a 100-foot pole. Fair.
I don't know. Maybe kids should vote, but
Traps
they're
aren't
like
gay. I mean, they
they're
can be bisexual.
like vote should be like handled differently, basically.
There should be a children's voting section.
Yeah.
Don't forget to invite your boy.
You should actually be able to bracket voting specifically into age groups, and then you can just check what all the age groups were voting for.